Yo, what up, guys? Uh, Thanks for coming to watch my video, and as promised, this is my very first entry into my weight loss journey. So a little bit of backstory about behind me. If you don't know who I am, my name is Lawton, and over the past 10 months or so, I just really decided that I needed to make a change in my life. After between a bad breakup, loss of a good job, I just wasn't in a good place. Overall, I was miserable, out of shape, always out of breath. Even the simplest tasks were hard for me. So it was really time to make a change. Um, so like I said, over the past 10 months, I decided to change my diet, change my eating habits, change my sleeping habits, which is a really huge role in what helped me lose the weight so far. And when I started out on my goal, I started on, not on my goal, but on my journey, I should say. I was about, after a while, the scale kind of stops reading. So I would guesstimate I was probably around 425 pounds. And right now I'm sitting at about 285, about 285 to 283, depending on what time of day you catch me, with between eating and drinking. And overall, I'm pretty proud of myself. Not gonna lie, I see a huge difference in myself, in my clothes, and just how I walk throughout the day. I walk with more of a confidence now, and I feel really good. Like even doing a video like this now is easier because I can stand here and look at myself in the camera and not be ashamed about what I see. Um, a moment where I definitely had to lose the weight was when I went through a bad breakup, and I told her, well, before we broke up, about how I wanted to get in really good shape and compete in men's bodybuilding competitions or men's physique competitions. And her reaction was kind of the laugh in my face, and it was kind of the, lack of a better term, the kick in the ass that I really needed. So after me and her went our separate ways, I decided that I better it's better to be single and really work on myself and better who I am. And so I got a job at Amazon. Believe it or not, Amazon was the kick in the ass I needed too, because to keep up with everybody in the daily hustle of the warehouse, I had to get in better shape. So I definitely changed my diet. The first key was the diet. I started off on my own, like getting rid of McDonald's, getting rid of sodas, getting rid of fast food, eating more healthier meals more often throughout the day, but just like I said, healthier, better choices, whole foods, no more fast foods, processed foods, sodas, juice, anything like that. It was all gone. That was the first step, because I knew I couldn't go with a real crazy diet right off the bat, because I just knew that I was going to cheat. I just knew I couldn't handle it. I also stopped smoking. I also stopped smoking weed. I was really heavy into it. I used it as a crutch to kind of get over my depression and my breakup. I knew once that stopped, I could control myself more, especially with my munchies. And you guys know how munchies get, man. Once you start chomping, you just keep going and you can't stop. And that was major for me. So basically, after about 2 months of dieting on my own, I decided that I needed a little bit extra help. So I sought out a dietitian, and he was able to put me on an excellent diet. I track my protein intake, my carb intake, my fats, and everything is top notch now. So I was able to speed up, well, not speed up as in blast through tons and tons of weight. So I'm losing too much too fast, and then if I were to stop, I would gain it all back. But lose it in a healthy way. So I'm only eating what my body needs, and then my body is burning off the excess fat, making me starting to look leaner. My muscles are starting to show, and my biggest pet peeves, like man boobs and around the gut area, it's all starting to go away. So I'm starting to have more confidence in how like I said earlier, how I walk, even how I talk. Like I said, I can sit here and talk on this camera and give you the real me. I'm trying to do this whole thing in one cut without editing, but obviously I'm gonna have to edit some of it. But I can honestly say I'm in a happier place now. I'm not done. 285, as I said. I want to get down to probably about 215, and then I'll probably switch over from cutting into more of a bulking role, which scares me a little bit. But when I come to that road, I'll cross it. I would want to pack on more muscle, and then I'll go back on another cut, and then hopefully I'll find my not sitting weight, but my comfortable place where I'll be ready to go into those competitions and be able to be comfortable with my shirt off in front of a crowd of people. It's a lot of, as a big person, you kind of get scared of, taking your shirt off, like at the beach, public pools, well, even around anybody, you know, you're so self-conscious, man. It's like being in a cage. You're in a cage of fucking cage of jelly, honestly. And it's really hard. It's not really a way to live life. So anybody's watching this, if you need motivation on how to get in shape, take me as your motivation. Get in better shape, be healthy. I don't want to be 40 years old and I can't really walk right, or you know, diabetes, or you know, high blood pressure. I used to have high blood pressure. I was 19 years old, or when I was even 23. I'm so much better now. I'm in such a better place, and like I said, I'm much more happy. Um, so over the next couple of years, you're going to see, you know, a big change in my body and how I present myself. I'm going to do more of these YouTube videos. I'm going to like I said, looking forward to competing and continuing to get in shape and just live like a real happy life. Like I'm even more comfortable now where I'm going to be able to ride a motorcycle and not worry about if I look like a big bear on a tiny little tricycle for like a circus amusement. That's what I would feel like if I were to ride a bike in my old kind of body style. But you know, as I get better, I'm gonna celebrate. You know, I still have my cheat meals. I eat consistently throughout the day, 6 times a day, and then about Saturday, I'll hit a cheat meal. So um, as I keep putting out these videos, if you guys give me something like that you want to hear me talk about, you know, what I eat, you know, how many times a day, like I said, 6 times a day, how often I manage working at a warehouse and I'm able to still get in my daily nutrients, and then how I work 12-hour shifts, how I'm able to still make it to the gym, and then, you know, still manage to sleep on time and get enough sleep and make sure my body's well rested, so that, you know, I'm putting in all this work I'm putting in at the gym doesn't go out to nowhere, and then I don't see any of the results. You know, this is I'm thinking of putting in, you know, a couple of my good workout buddies, a couple of people I really admire. I'll do a couple segments with my mom. I just want to make this real nice and fun. It's a nice project for me to keep me motivated and keep me accountable for continuing to lose the weight, and you know, even get a little bit of a fan base. If I can prove to, you know, help somebody get a little bit, you know, help them get in better shape, I'll be really happy with that. So thanks for watching. I'm going to keep this video relatively short. Again, I'll link below my Instagram, my Facebook, and if you guys want to get in touch with me, or if you guys are already in touch with me because you're on my Facebook, you know, hit me up. I'm not afraid to talk about my weight loss anymore. I'm glad to help people out, you know, getting, you know, lifting more weights, anything like that. I'm so glad to help. And I just want to show off my happiness now. I'm tired of living in a shell. I don't want to live behind my fat anymore. And definitely I'm coming out of my shell as a better, stronger person. And, you know, if I can help anybody do the same thing, I'll be more than happy to. Thanks, guys.